Hello and welcome to another edition of Walter Butler Sales Motivation 101. Thanks for being here. Today I want to talk about the art of presenting yourself. Along with the product or service that you're selling, maybe you're in a boardroom or maybe you're sitting behind your desk at a dealership. The most important thing we need to sell is ourselves. Arguably, the product or service that we're selling, it's important, but the old saying is, people buy from people that they like. So, the most important thing is to sell yourself and to sell yourself first. Research has shown that within the first 30 seconds to 60 seconds, most people are going to decide whether they like us or not. Now, 30 seconds is not a whole lot of time to say something in. You can't get a whole lot of words out in 30 seconds, unless maybe you're my wife. Shh, don't tell her that. So it must be something else that people are deciding on subconsciously, as it turns out, to determine if they like us or not. Maybe it's our posture, whether we stand slumped over or erect. Or maybe it's our eye movements. Maybe we've looked at them in the face and we look up, or we look at them in the face and we look down. Maybe it's our handshake. Maybe it's a nice firm handshake, straightforward at the person, and not, or maybe it's a jelly-like handshake, which isn't so good. Actually, it's all of these things. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how then the human mind comes up with whether or not they like somebody. They use what is called a process, and the process is called thin slicing. Our five senses, sight, sound, hearing, touch, feeling, I think that's all five of them. Well, they produce literally hundreds of bits of information every single second. And our mind can't comb through all of those. Our mind can't comb through, easy for me to say, all of those, but over time, either by experience or through heredity, our subconscious mind has learned to pick out those certain variables that are going to tell them, are they in a hostile situation, or are they in a more conducive situation to their survival? Maybe it's a situation where they can get some sleep. Maybe it's a situation where they can get some food. Maybe it's a situation where they can find a mate. But the subconscious mind quickly determines within the first 30 to 60 seconds, using this process of thin slicing, by picking out those variables that are most important. Okay, and I mentioned them. I mentioned the eye contact, the body posture, the way we stand, our handshake, our voice. Is it high and shrill, or is it low and baritone and reassuring? So this process of thin slicing is what people use in order to determine if they like you or not. So we're going to role play. We're going to use a role play here to determine, or really kind of see this whole process in action. All right, so here's the situation. You're going into a meeting in your conference room at your company, and you need to sell to the new boss. You haven't met him yet. You need to sell him on a new diagnostic programming software package or some other incredibly technical sounding software that you're going to be selling to him. All right, so imagine this. You walk into the room. You puff up your chest. You look around, and you make up your mind, this is going to be a great day. This is going to be a great sell. That's what you need to do, right? Actually, wrong. Right idea, but the wrong time. You need to do that before you ever walk into that sales room, into that conference room. What you can do, and it follows a pattern, what you can do is a thing called power poses to get your mind into that state of mind that you need to be in order to make a sale. The mind follows the body, which follows the mind. That's the idea, right? So if you want to feel a certain way, act your way into that way of feeling. All right? So what we do is we hit these power poses for 2 to 5 minutes before we ever walk in the room, and we act our way. We put our body in such poses that it makes our mind believe that is the dominant state that we want to be in. All right? So what are these power poses? Well, you can sit back, kind of spread your legs, put your hands behind your head, really stretch out and take up a lot of space. That's one power pose. Hold it for 2 to 5 minutes. Or you can do this, just like, hey, I just scored a goal, or I just made the winning basket in the NBA playoffs. You know, the way they throw their hands up and they spread their legs and they take up a lot of space. That's a power pose. Hold that for 2 to 5 minutes. Or very simply, just stand there with your chest out, your head up, your arms to your side for 2 to 5 minutes. Don't, hands out of your pocket. Do not put your hands in your pocket. Very important. Keep your hands out of your pocket. The idea is to take up space. Dominant people take up space. Cowed, insecure people don't. A cowed or insecure person, and it's not always this way, but they'll have their arms crossed. Maybe they'll cross their legs. You can't see my legs because of the video, but trust me, they're crossed. You know, put their head down. Try to minimize the amount of space. That's what someone who's cowed or who's feeling insecure will do. So that's not what you want to do. All right, so you've hit your power poses for 2 to 5 minutes. You walk into that room. You've already got that appearance of dominance, okay? And you look over there and you see the new boss. And you say, hi, Bob, how are you doing? All right, Bob's his name. And so you walk over there. Now you square yourself up to him, all right? Walk straight to him. And when you're in front of him or her, you know, you put your hand out there to shake his hand or her hand. You don't do it like this. You don't do it like that. Just straight out, shake their hand, try to match, you know, what it is that their pressure is. That's how we do the handshake. We don't do some kind of little jelly-like handshake. That's not what we do. So what have we done? We've done the eye contact. Maybe you want to look at their eyes. The whole rule behind eye contact is look at their eyes, stare in their eyes long enough to determine what color their eyes are, and then look away. Now when you look away, you can do 2 things, or 3 things really. You can look away to down, or you can look way up. Dominant people look way up. Submissive people look way down. So either look them dead in the eye, figure out they've got blue eyes, and then look somewhere else. The idea behind eye contact is you want to keep eye contact less than 70% of the time with them, or else, you know, it feels creepy. So these are some of the things that we do to establish rapport. The power poses, that feeling of dominance, the standing erect, the posture, the handshake, voice. Voice is very important, okay? Now for the guys out there, now girls, we want I guess a friendly, lovable tone. Guys, we want as low a baritone voice, reassuring as you can project. Think Darth Vader in Star Wars, or think of Froggy in Little Rascals, all right? Don't fake it, okay? But do your lowest voice. And then, I guess finally, I want to talk about the smile. Extremely important. When we smile, a genuine smile, yeah, you smile with the eyes. You see that right there? You see the crow's feet? A genuine smile goes all the way up to the eyes. If your smile doesn't reach your eyes, then it's a fake smile. And we don't want to fake our smile. Better not to smile than to fake it. But if you're going to smile, smile with your eyes. Bring it all the way up there. Okay, so there we go, guys. The art of presenting yourself within the first 30 seconds or the first minute. That will establish rapport with the person you're trying to sell to and will allow you to hit a home run, or better, enable you to hit a home run in your presentation. In your presence. Okay, all right. So, until next time, keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and your eyes to the stars. Thank you.